Welcome to LInks007 TV News Report, providing you with the best in local and international news updates. This is a place where you can get the most reliable and informative news information. LINKS007 TV News Report. Welcome and thanks for joining us. This is LINKS007 TV News Report. Musician believed to have drowned in St. Anne. Rising musician suspected to have drowned in a river in St. Anne on Monday afternoon. The deceased has been identified as 27-year-old Eugene Dean alias Job of Spicy Hill Duncans in Trelawney. Reports are that sometime around 6 p.m., a relative discovered Dean's body in a river in Touch Hill Orchard, St. Anne. The police were summoned and the body fished from the water and later taken to the morgue pending postmortem examination. The St. Anne police are investigating. Continuing the news. Asafa Powell inducted into Memorial Van Damme Hall of Fame. Former Jamaican top sprinter Asafa Powell has been inducted in the Alliance Memorial Van Damme Hall of Fame. The induction ceremony occurred on Wednesday during the annual gala dinner of the Alliance Memorial Van Damme at City Hall in Brussels. The Alliance Memorial Van Damme has a rich history dating back to 1977 to honor the athletes who have made the name of the meeting with their top performances in recent decades. The organization decided in 2017 to establish a Hall of Fame. Powell was a fixture at the Alliance Memorial Van Damme for many years between 2003 and 2017. Powell was a fixture at the Alliance Memorial Van Damme for many years between 2003 and 2017. The Jamaican sprinter competed 9 times in the 100 meter at the King Buddha Stadium and won 5 times. Powell, who is now married to Canadian-Ghanaian model Alicia Miller, is now 40 and retired 2 years ago. Continuing the news, Sunshine Girl gets new home. National netball player Latanya Wilson has received the documents to a new home from the government of Jamaica. The Sunshine Girl, along with her family, lost their dwelling in a fire which occurred at premises on Rum Lane in downtown Kingston on August 24th. Several other family members were left homeless during the blaze. Wilson was a key member of the national team, which placed third at the National World Cup from July 28 to August 6 in South Africa. Construction of the new home is being facilitated through the National Housing Trust, the NHT. Speaking at the handing over ceremony on Wednesday at the New Kingston offices of the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sports Portfolio Ministry, Olivia Babsy Grange said that all the affected families will be assisted. Ms. Grange thanked the various entities and agencies that have been supporting the affected families, noting that it is very important to show that you care in a tangible way. Expressing thanks, Wilson said that she is grateful that at the age of 22 years old she can call a home her own. 7 families totaling 30 people, including adults and children, were impacted by the fire. On learning of the victims' plight, Ms. Grange mobilized support for them and sought assistance from the National Housing Trust. Continuing the news. St. Catherine men charged with kidnapping and arson after gun went missing. 2 men were slapped with kidnapping and arson charges after a gun in Central Village allegedly went missing. Charged are 21-year-old Romario Bloomfield, otherwise called Coco Farmer, and 20-year-old Anthony Thomas, otherwise called Biggs, a laborer, both of Central Village. They were charged with 3 counts of assault at common law and kidnapping, 4 counts of assault occasion bodily harm, 5 counts of arson, as well as possession of a prohibited weapon. Reports from the police are that a boy was approached by a man who accused him of stealing a gun. The man was later joined by 20 armed men, which allegedly included Bloomfield and Thomas, who took the boy to another section of the community against his will. He was allegedly beaten with boards and guns. The group of armed men then visited the boy's house, where they pointed guns at the occupants and threatened them. The men then set fire to the dwelling. Bloomfield and Thomas were reportedly apprehended during an operation in Little Lane of Central Village. Charges were laid against them on Wednesday, September the 6th, after an interview in the presence of their attorneys. The incident reportedly occurred on Sunday, July 23, 2023 and Monday, July 24, 2023 around 7:30 a.m. Their court date is to be finalized. Continuing the news. Man on murder charge shot dead in Westmoreland. A man who was on bail on a murder charge was shot dead by a gunman at a restaurant in Grange Hill, Westmoreland on Thursday morning. The deceased has been identified as 25-year-old O.J. Davidson, otherwise called Six Boss, from Church Lincoln District in Grange Hill, should not have been in the parish as a condition of his bail, the police said in a statement. It was reported that at around 8:15 a.m., Davidson visited a nearby restaurant where he ordered breakfast and went outside. Police said that while he was to be served, he was pounced upon by a man armed with a gun who opened fire, hitting him multiple times in the upper part of his body. Davidson ran inside the restaurant where he collapsed. The gunman escaped on foot. Davidson, the police said, was rushed to the Savlamore Hospital where he was pronounced dead. The body was later transported to the morgue pending postmortem examination. Davidson was on bail for murder, and a condition of his bail was for him not to be in Westmoreland and to reside at Churchpen District in Old Harbour, St. Catherine, the police said. The police were unable to say if Davidson's killing was in retaliation to his court case. LInks007 TV will continue to track this story and provide it more information to come. Continuing the news. 2 killed in gun attack in downtown Kingston. 2 men were shot dead by a gunman on Peckham Street in downtown Kingston on Wednesday. They have been identified as 52-year-old Leroy O'Sullivan from Beckford Street in downtown Kingston and Leroy Gibbs White, age 45 years old, of Cedar Valley Road, Kingston 6. Information reaching LInks007 TV News is that at around 5:45 p.m., both men were sitting on a wooden stall on Peckham Street when they were pounced upon by gunmen traveling in a white Probox motor car. The gunman, the police said, opened fire, hitting them multiple times before fleeing. The 2 injured men were transported to the Kingston Public Hospital, where they were both pronounced dead on arrival. The bodies were transported to the morgue pending postmortem examination. No motive has yet been established for this killing, the police said. Continuing the news. A senior citizen died Wednesday morning after his vehicle collided with another on the Runaway Bay Main Road in St. Anne. The deceased is identified as 79-year-old Leslie Roy Wright of a Discovery Bay address. The Assistant Superintendent Patrick Robinson of the St. Anne's Bay Fire Department said that the brigade was alerted to the crash around 11:30 a.m. Mr. Wright, who was pinned in the vehicle, was eventually removed by the fire department and taken to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital where he was pronounced dead. 3 other people involved in the motor vehicle collision were transported to hospital, none with life-threatening injuries. The police are still investigating the cause of the crash. Speaking to reporters, Assistant Superintendent Patrick Robinson had this to say about the crash.
At 11:33 a.m., we received this call of a motor vehicle collision along the Runaway Bay Main Road. On arrival, we observed 2 vehicles that were involved in the accident. We extricate 1 person from one of the vehicles, a male who was unresponsive. He was removed by the fire department and placed on a stretcher and was removed to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital by the undertaker. Well, we are not able to ascertain what really happened. We only learned that there was a motor vehicle accident and we responded to the call. The police are also on the scene carrying out their investigation.
Try to get out there, brother. No. Getting a response. Come up with that speed as well. Stop like this one. I want him to get that speed there from. Come like man, I know man gone out of this. But that man you gone home. Jaja. Human being a try for do a thing. Yeah, man, you can't make it.
This has been Links007 TV News Report. Thanks for watching.